I want to show you how to maintain your water tightness here. So pull the screw out and then take a putty knife, get that edge nice and clean and then slightly dimpled. Then go ahead, put some caulking on that. Keep everything watertight here. Then go ahead and smooth that over. Alright, so you should be good to go. Alright, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start over here on the right. And I'm going to bring this in. I've already got my 1/4" nut driver up here. And I want to get the right hand side established. So make sure you can see that. So I'm going to come over here. Oh, and I want to, before it was up against the house, I want to make sure I'm up against the house, so I'm pushing that way. And I'm going to hold this up all the way, and I'm going to start the screw up into the drip edge. Okay, so I got that screw started. Now, let's come down here. I'm going to hold this flush to the bottom, pretty much. Checking my chalk line. All right. Now I'm going to go about halfway. Right about there. All right. I got 3 screws in. I'm just going to tighten everything else up now, and pretty much this is going to be the final product. I can pull out my, I can pull these out. They're not needed anymore, and I'm just going to secure the rest of the screws. All right, now we need to make up this connection. This was the original pipe. Now, because I moved this gutter that way, you notice there's a good gap here. Now this pipe is too small. So I want to see if I can at least get a test in today, a water test. But I have to go and get one of these that's longer to make up this. So I don't have it with me. So let me just break this connection here. See if we can get this in. It's not going to be long enough to make it up for the test. I got to go and get a longer pipe, so let me go get a longer one of these so I can make this up. Alright, before I go to the Home Depot to get that extra extension, let me show you what I've gained from this project. So if I come up my ladder here, I don't know if you remember how much distance we had here before. I think it was 2 inches. But now I've got almost 3 inches from the wood to the beginning of the gutter there. Remember, these are 5-inch gutters, not 4-inch gutters. Another thing that I think is ideal is when you have the water shedding off your roof, see how it comes and it pitches right inside the gutter? This is the situation that is the ideal situation. This is what it is that you're looking for. Now, when I'm up here on this edge of the roof, because I'm right up against the drip edge, this is the situation that I've got established. But as I slope, as I maintain a slope so I don't prevent any standing water inside of the gutter, I go away from the drip edge. So let's see what it is at the other end. Alright, now for your distance from the edge of the roof to the gutter at the very end here is just about a little over 3 inches. So that's pretty good. Now as far as the rain goes, here's your straight edge coming down, and I'm not quite into the gutter, but it's not bad. That's the best I can do in order to maintain a slope on this here. That's because when they built this roof isn't exactly level. This I made sure was slightly pitched down because I want the water to go out here to where the drain is located. So that's why I'm sloped this way. So this is about the best situation I can possibly do. So this is what I've gained from this project. This is what it looks like with the gutter up there with the side profile. So you can see that huge block of wood that otherwise this gutter would be going in that way at least 2 inches at this level, and even more down there because of the slope. It would keep pulling down and down and down and down. So by doing it this way, at least I'm able to push that gutter and capture the maximum amount of water as possible. Now, another thing that we should talk about is the water. So the water is shedding from this section here, but the way that they constructed this house, there's an upper roof section that sheds onto this roof here, plus this section here that sheds down into here too. So we're collecting a reasonable amount of water coming out here. Now, when that water comes down and I establish this gutter line right here, then that water is going to be channeled here, and then this line runs underneath the grass and out to the street. We'll do a water test, but first I have to go and get that part. Okay, just got back from the Home Depot. I got a full extension. I used that one there to match it up with. These were about $3 each, and anyways, I think they call them 2x3s. And I also got one of these, which is made out of plastic, so you could do different angles with this one. And I also got one of these too, because I have a spot that I want to put that in. Alright, so the first thing that we want to do is we want to install this. Alright, first thing I want to do is I need to determine how long to make this piece in order to do what I need to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this here, then I'll put that and I'll mark it. Let me pull this screw out. Okay. Then I'll take this. Now when you do these, you got a seam side and you have a non-seam side. I'm going to do the non-seam side on the bottom, so if there's a leak at the seam, it won't leak through. So I want to do the installation like this. I'm going to push that in all the way to get that fully seated. I want this to go in right there. Actually, will that fit just like that? Come on, let's see if that'll fit. Alright. Looks like I need to take off, according to this, a couple inches. Let me show you that side angle. Alright, so right there is the angle. Let me get my pencil out. And it looks like the distance from here to there is about 1.5 inches. I think if I go here all the way around it, it'll all fit. So that's what I'm going to do. Now when you use your shears like this, with this on the bottom, it's going to be easier for me to cut in like this. So I'm going to start here, and then I'm going to turn it, and then I'm just going to stay on the line. Okay, the first thing I want to do is put this in with the seam up. Seat that in all the way. Next, I want to put this in. And hold on a second. I seated that real good. I'm going to pull that out a little bit. Okay, there we go. Alright, pretty much that's it. Alright, so there we are. We're attached there. That whole thing is in. Okay, so that's what it looks like from standing back. See how it's got a good slope to it? Going all the way down and then discharging right there. Our next step is to do a water test. We're already dry with our sealant, so we're going to do that next. Here's the garden hose I'm going to use for the test. I'm going to take off that nozzle so it'll be unrestricted. This is my city water pressure. Well, this is the city water pressure right here. The city water pressure is just under about 118 pounds right now. And my house pressure, where we're going to use the garden hose on, is about 65 psi. So that's the hose that we're going to use. Let me get. All right, so here's the garden hose. It's going up on the roof. Alright, so hopefully you saw all that. On this side of the roof, everything worked out really well. Everything worked out well till I got till the very end there, and then I noticed at the very end is where, if anything, there's an issue. What this building should have, this house should have, right there is what's called kick-out flashing, where it kicks it out and turns it this way. I did not purchase kick-out flashing. Then the installer, whoever did the job previous, didn't do it, so I gotta see if I can acquire some of that. But and I'll show you what that does. Okay, see right here, pretty much everything's fine. It goes right into the gutter, right? Then as I move this way, everything's still okay until I start to come over here. Now, you see how it's coming up, this shingle right there, as it hits that, it's going against the wall and down. You can see it right like this. So right where my hose is right now is where I got to put a piece of kick-out flashing, so it kicks it back towards the gutter and away from this area. So I got to try and do that. So that way as it comes down like this, it doesn't do that. And it doesn't run here, and it runs into the gutter and then down. So we're going to try to do that. So, alright, so now what I'll do is I'll take the water away and I'll see how my slope is. Let me go ahead and shut the garden hose off. so I don't keep wasting water. Alright, the hose is off. Now let's see how everything drains out here. And hopefully I got slope inside of here, and this thing actually is pitched properly. I did my best in order to accomplish that goal. Alright, so we're still draining out here. You can still see it draining down through here, so we'll give it some more time. One thing though that I noticed about gutters in general, if this could be installed underneath, so there would be a better chance of not having standing water in here. But everybody seems to do it this way, where they punch it through like this. Alright, so we'll let this go. Oh, let me show you where this thing drains off to. Alright, so we know that it goes down to right there, and let me show you where it comes out. So coming down through the front yard, okay, through the front hedge, and then this is when they built the property. They must have done this, but there's an outlet right there. So that is where it drains out. So you can see that it just comes out right by this hedge here, and that's the area that we're working at over there, and this is where it drains to. Alright, so this house does have a gutter section for that second level there, and then it comes down, goes to a second gutter here, and then it comes down the downspout here. And that is angled fascia, but this is on the second level. Here I cannot do that by myself. I need two people, ladders, everything. So I am not going to address that at this time. But what I do want to address is down here. Now the gutter, so the downspout comes down and it ends right there. And I added years ago just this piece of I'm not sure what you call it, but something to help get that water away. But when I was at the depot, I saw this in the gutter section for $3, so I went and purchased one, and I'm going to install that right now just to put a little extra on this and get it pitched away from the house, because your goal of the gutters is to get the water away from your foundation. That's what you're trying to accomplish. Right, so what I'm going to do is make sure that this thing fits on, and it does really nicely. And I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it on like this, so it comes down and away. I got a screw here. I'm just going to screw that into the top right here, just so that it doesn't go anywhere. Take the sticker off, and pretty much that's it, just to get it away from the house. So that takes care of that one. Now I also purchased that one at the depot. Let me show you where I want to put it. Okay, so for this gutter that's right there, it was going down that downspout, and it is coming down here, and they have it pitched so that it just kind of goes this way and towards that wall. I want to change that and put this piece on so it comes this way, and this way it comes down the driveway and then exits the residence that way. So that is how I want to do the install. I want to change it so instead of it going that way towards the wall, it goes this way, down and out. So that's what I'm going to do.